Good Monday morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here on Wave Now. I hope that you are having a good Monday so far. We are going live to a press conference. So I know it may be a little bit confusing, but city leaders, they're supposed to be having a press conference on the city's snow removal plan. We kind of see this happen every year. JCPS students, they decorate the snow plows and that sort of thing. So JCPS leaders are going to be at this press conference talking about snow removal and the plows, but they're also going to talk about the 143 school bus drivers that called out for today, causing a big problem for a lot of parents this morning trying to get their kids to school. Some routes were also canceled. So city leaders are going to be talking about that today while they're at this snow press conference. So you're going to have to sit through some of that before you get to the meat and the bones of what the district is going to do moving forward. With 143 school bus drivers calling out today, you can expect that the problems are going to linger on into their way home. We had a similar situation happen on Friday. So we're expecting leaders to kind of talk about what they're going to be doing moving forward. But this is you may remember, a lot of these snow plows, they're kind of decorated by Jefferson County public school students. You can see over here, Greenwood Elementary students that decorated the snow plows. So when you see those plows going through the winter months, getting our roads clean, a lot of these kids had a way of putting their little touch on the snow plows. So we're just waiting for this to start. Again, they're going to be talking about the snow removal plan at this press conference, and then we're expecting school officials to talk about the number of school bus drivers who called out today, a total of 143 of them. This caused a lot of routes to be canceled today because of the sick out. They originally canceled 47 bus routes for Monday after 85 bus drivers called out on Sunday night, but that number also went up. So more routes were canceled. So we've got a full list on our website, wave3.com, of the bus routes that are canceled for today. I'm sure all the parents who've been through it, you already know. Love to hear how you had to adjust today to kind of get your kiddos to school. If you couldn't get them to school, how you're trying to manage the day. So city leaders are getting started. I'm going to put up the audio to see if they're getting a little closer to talking. This press conference was supposed to start at 11 o'clock today. So just waiting for things to start. Yeah, they have them on both sides. I'm gonna have my mom call all of my people. Because none of my other family members know this except everybody right
Apparently they still for
You guys ready to get started? Here also. Good morning, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us here on this beautiful fall day. But as we know, it is soon going to be very cold, and it might be snowy as well. The winter weather will soon be here, even though it is a beautiful fall day today. So we are here with so many folks, with folks from JCPS, teachers, and amazing students to my right and left, amazing folks from Public Works and other city departments we're going to talk about in a second. Our entire city snow team has been working hard to prepare for inclement weather, which we know, given the weather in Louisville, can hit at any day and time over the coming few months. The snow team is a partnership of dedicated public servants from 4 city departments: Metro Parks, Metro Codes and Regulations, our Fleet and Facilities Department, and all of this is led and coordinated by Metro Public Works under the leadership of Director Jennifer Commissar Kern, who you will hear from in just a moment. This amazing snow team that's here with us today, thank you all so much for your dedicated effort in getting ready for inclement weather and also when inclement weather strikes. They are on call 24/7 to mobilize in response to winter weather. Last winter, our snow fighters responded to a total of 7 significant snow and winter weather events. This included a major storm, which you all probably remember, blanketed our city with icy conditions and sub-zero temperatures for over a week straight, right in the middle of our holiday season. And it required these hard-working men and women and their colleagues on all of the crews to literally work around the clock. Last winter, our snow team used 16,000 tons of salt. It's a lot of salt, right, guys? 16,000 tons of salt to treat 2,700 two-lane miles of Metro snow routes across our entire city. And this winter, we are well stocked to be prepared for anything. We have 38,000 tons of salt on hand this year. That's right, 38,000 tons of salt. And the majority of that salt is stored in the Louisville Mega Cavern, not far from here. And the rest is divided across the city in above-ground locations, including 7,000 tons in the storage dome right behind us, which our snow team can quickly load onto vehicles to spread on the roadways if needed. And when appropriate, our snow team will also continue to pre-treat roads with brine ahead of snowfalls to ensure the safest possible conditions of our roadways. So brine is a saltwater solution that makes it harder for snow and ice to stick to the pavement. It also reduces slick spots that can cause accidents. So now we've got a lot of folks you're going to hear from to give information about how we are preparing. We're going to get to our kids here from JCPS in a minute as well. But first, I'm going to ask Director Commissar Kern to share a little bit more about how her team on Public Works is preparing for the winter, as well as some tips for Louisvillians who may ultimately have to drive in wintry conditions. Director Commissar Kern, please.
Hey, good morning. First, I want to give a big thanks to the mayor and his administration for continued support of our snow fighting efforts. Behind me, you can see there are a lot of different people that make up our snow team. So you've got Public Works, that's solid waste, our roads division, our GIS people who help us show routes online. So one of the things that you can do during winter weather is you can get online and you can see what we're actively plowing, what's been completed, and you can better plan your day. Another thing that we're going to ask is that please leave a lot of room. So we know that you want to get where you're going safely, but these people are out here doing their job and they need to get home safely too. So if you see a snow plow, if you see salt or brine going down, please leave a lot of room for those vehicles on the road. So the other thing is it's not just our internal departments, but also our external departments that you'll hear as well. So we've got the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet and also the National Weather Service here with us today. And it's the commitment and the collaboration of all of these different entities working together that ensure that the city's roadways are kept safe and in driving condition.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for that important information. And thank you for your leadership. And thanks again to all of our amazing colleagues in Public Works, that whether it's wintry weather conditions or just every day throughout Louisville, are doing so much to keep our city safe and to keep our city bright and looking well. So thank you all to all of our colleagues on Public Works. Thank you all so much for what you all do every day. Really appreciate it. And of course, it takes more than just equipment and resources like salt and brine to get us through the winter. It takes teamwork and dedication, as I've just mentioned. And as Jennifer mentioned, that includes the works of some folks from our geographic information system professionals that ensure mapping, communications, and digital infrastructure are all in working order. We appreciate them and our mechanics who ensure our fleet and equipment that you see here today are running. Heavy equipment operators and administrative specialists who work as dispatchers during snow events, and our communications team who keeps the public informed when inclement weather hits our city. So again, on behalf of everyone in the city of Louisville, I want to say thanks to our entire Metro Snow team and all of the public servants that are so hardworking and involved in the important task of keeping our roads safe during the winter. Thank you all again so much. We're so grateful in the times of wintry weather, and we're also so grateful on beautiful days like today because we know how much preparation it takes. Everyone in Louisville can keep updated on the snow team's work and progress during snow events in several ways. The latest information will be posted. People can follow along right now so that they are ready. If you, on your social media, whatever is your favorite platform, at Lou Pub Works, that's at LOUPUBWORKS. At Lou Pub Works. We'll keep everyone information on all the major social media platforms through that handle. And also we have an interactive map that will provide snapshots of completed treatment routes and treatment in progress. And that you can find on our city's website at louisvilleky.gov. Again, that's louisvilleky.gov for an interactive map of the progress during wintry snow events. So next up, I'd like to introduce our snow team leader, Mike Nolan, who is also the Assistant Director of Public Works Roads and Operation Division. Mike?
Good morning, everybody, and thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Director. I just want to say thank you by thanking our snow partners on the snow team, KYTC, Metro Public Works, the Parks Department, Metro Fleet, Vacant Lots Division of Codes and Regulations, Public Works Solid Waste Management Services, which we call SWIMS, the Signs and Markings Divisions, and of course our East, West, and Central Districts, the Roads and Operations Divisions. And lastly, the administrative people, the dispatchers, the GSI people who work tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that our snow fighters are properly dispatched and our snow maps stay up to date. So here are the numbers. 38,000 tons of salt, 105 pieces of snow equipment, 122 snow fighters, 2,700 miles of road salted or plowed in one pass. That's one pass, 2,700 miles. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you heard the numbers. But without the dedicated people, men and women standing behind me, none of this could be happening. None of this would matter. They are working 12 hours a day, 12-hour shifts around the clock during the snow event, 24/7. That's what these men and women have committed during the winter snow months. They've given up birthday plans, holiday plans, and countless other plans to keep our roads open during the snow event. From snowplow drivers to mechanics to dispatchers to the GSI folks and supervisors, they are all working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week during the snow event. So remember, like you've heard, drive cautiously around them. And if you happen to see one filling up with fuel at Thornton's, reach out and thank them, because you may be going home, but they're still staying out, protecting your cities in the city of Louisville. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Mike. Thanks to your entire crew. I know all of us were grateful after the storms hit not too long ago for the work that you all did rapidly to get all of our roads, ensure that they were safe and cleared up from that as well. Another one of our important partners in all of this is the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is a great partner to the city of Louisville in so many ways in dealing with roadways. And before I'm going to introduce our next introducer. Nikaya, who's one of our great students here from Greenwood Elementary, is going to introduce our partner here today from the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. Nikaya? That's all I got to read right there. Right there. Yep. Represent.
Okay. Today we are representing the cabinet. Today is Matt Bullock, Chief District Engineer. Matt, would you like to say a few words?
Great job. You want to go next?
Well, that was very exciting. Was not expecting that. Well, Matt Bullock, Chief District Engineer, Transportation Cabinet, District 5. So that's a local district here. We have 8 counties that we manage. Obviously, Jefferson County is the one that takes up a lot of our resources. So I want to talk about a few things that we're doing district-wide, as well as what we have going on in Louisville as far as snow and ice operations. You've already heard it numerous times. We have a great partnership with Louisville Metro Public Works for clearing the roadways. We have about 3,500 center lane miles in all 8 counties, of course. But the majority of our resources go towards Louisville area, Jefferson County. We've had a partnership with Public Works since 2009. They take care of the non-interstates, or we call them the surface streets. Transportation Cabinet takes care of the interstates only in Jefferson County. So that partnership has gone on since 2009. I think it's run really well. Realize people still get confused sometimes on who takes care of what, but it shouldn't really matter because we're working together to get it all done and get cleared. And as said before, the guys behind us here are the ones that run all those roads. Doesn't matter if it's a state or a metro road. So of course we're ready to go. We have lots of salts in we have 2 maintenance facilities in Jefferson County. And if we run out, we had a really bad winter, we run out of salt, for example, we can always go down to the mega cavern where we have a plethora of salts in there. So we have about 172 state and contract trucks that run any of our all 8 counties. And again, 72 of those 172 are just for Jefferson County. So you can see that we have a pretty big need because of all the surface area to get. Lastly, I'd like to say that with partners like National Weather Service and John Gordon, they've helped us with some data. We've had some areas in Jefferson County that we have to monitor even when we don't have predicted falling precipitation. We have some areas where the temperature and the dew point are reaching that freezing area, and we can get some of that freezing fog and black ice on some areas where no precipitation is actually falling. And those areas are the riverfront, the elevated area of I-64 downtown, the 9th Street interchange, as well as what we call the cooler. It's I-71 up there in the rock cuts before you get to the Watterson interchange. So we monitor those as well on days that we don't have falling precipitation because they have come up as slick in the past. So I'd just like to close by saying thanks to the mayor and his public works team for the partnership we've had all these years, and we'll continue moving on. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks to you, to the entire team at the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Secretary Jim Gray, Governor Beshear, who all have really created this amazing partnership year-round, not just in wintry conditions when we're able to work together. So now that we've outlined our readiness to respond to the elements, we also know that cold weather brings on new challenges when it comes to staying safe indoors. And so one of our partners that we want to bring up here today represents the Louisville Fire Department. So now to introduce the introducer, we are going to have another one of our amazing JCPS students, Jennifer from Stouffer Elementary School. Talk louder than you.
So right here.
Start, yeah.
Okay. The Louisville Fire Department is here to give a few tips on cold weather and indoor home safety. Let's hear from Captain Donovan Sims, Louisville Fire Department's public information officer.
Great job. Great job.
It's going to be hard to follow up, for sure. Good job. Well, first off, thank you all for being here today. Thank you for Public Works, the snow team that keeps our streets ready in a timely and swift manner. I'm Captain Sims, the Louisville Fire Department, and today I just want to talk about being prepared and being ready. As we know, the cold months will come here and they'll come in quick and they'll move in. And as civilians, as just people of Louisville, you need to be ready. So what we can do to stay ready is have our furnaces inspected, have our fireplaces inspected before we turn those on in the winter months. If we're going to run space heaters, we want to make sure our space heaters are used in a lone state. Have them plugged into an outlet by themselves. Do not have them plugged into power strips because they pull so much energy. Around those space heaters, we want to keep them decluttered. Okay, we want to have 3 feet in all areas around. We call it the kid-free zone. We want to keep it safe for those space heaters. Heating your house in the winter months is going to be a priority. So we want to make sure we're doing it safely. We want to make sure we're using the right equipment. Do not use your ovens to heat your homes. That, as we know, is just an unsafe manner, because heating your home is the second leading cause of home fires after cooking. So we want to make sure when we are heating our homes this winter, we're taking those necessary precautions to protect ourselves. For our young kids at home, make sure you have a safe plan to escape your house if there is a fire. Like, know where you're going to meet at, know where your meetup point is with your parents. For parents, if you don't have working smoke detectors in your home, reach out to Metro 311 and make sure you have those smoke detectors installed. Smoke detectors save lives. They also alert you and allow us as firefighters to get there as quickly as possible to protect your property and your loved ones. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Captain Sims, and thanks to everything that all of your colleagues at the Louisville Fire Department do around the year to, again, keep us safe and to respond in the case of emergency. Some of Captain Sims' colleagues from the Louisville Fire Department, along with other emergency professionals from Louisville, were just recently got back from Martin County, Kentucky, where they joined a team of folks, of emergency responders from around the state that responded for the call of emergency when there was a tower that crashed, that crumbled, and there were 2 individuals that were trapped there. And thank you all so much for responding to that emergency. Again, it's all about partnership here in Louisville and across the entire state. And you all may have noticed while we're talking, we've got hardworking folks from our snow team that are with us here today, but we've also got these great students from JCPS. And you have noticed that some of the snow plows behind us look absolutely amazing. They are cool, they are different, they are unique, and they are the work of these great JCPS students who painted festive designs on 3 Metro snow plows, which will be featured in this year's city's Lots of Lights Parade at Light Up Louisville on December 2nd. We're excited to have that in Light Up Louisville celebration on December 2nd, and it's going to feature these uniquely designed snowplows by these JCPS students. I also want to thank their art teachers, Michelle Goulet, Hillary King, and Angela Escamilla, who are here also from Greenwood, Maupin, and Stouffer Elementary Schools, respectively. And thanks to the amazing students for sharing their artistic work with us. Please, let's give it up for these students here today. And so now to introduce our next speaker, I'd like to call on a 5th grader from Maupin Elementary School, one of the students who helped design these amazing snowplows, Janicia from Maupin Elementary.
Talk louder than you expect.
I would like to invite JCPS Communications Chief Carolyn Callahan to say a few words.
Great job.
Thank you so much. First of all, I have to say that I have a group of kind, talented, and smart kiddos right here next to me. So I need all of you and everyone back there to give them a huge round of applause for this incredible work. We love taking part in this snowplow event every year. These are the experiences that we're talking about that our students are never going to forget. I am so excited, not that I want there to be snow on the ground, everyone, but to see these snowplows out on our streets. I'm going to think about our talented students. So you all did an amazing job. Great job, everyone. And thank you to our principals and our teachers and staff for allowing them to take part. It is community experiences like this with our partners like Louisville Metro Government and Public Works that we are so thankful for always including our students in these incredible experiences. So now let's talk about snow. We have a snow team at JCPS. It's made up of more than 30 people and they are already prepared and ready to go. We already have our plows on our vehicles and we are in regular communication with Metro Government. We have a weather app that we use and we also talk with the National Weather Service. So when we know that there is a chance of a storm that's going to hit that might mean we have to delay or cancel school, about a day and a half out, we're already starting to prepare. We're already having those conversations and coming up with what our plans might be. Day of, we are working together to determine what is best, because what we are doing is always what is best for kids and what is safest for our families, our students, and our staff. So we salt and we brine depending on the weather. Our goal is to get our entries and exit ways cleared in every one of our JCPS facilities, and then we're going to start moving that snow if there is snow on the ground. So let's talk about school cancellations. Do you guys like snow days? Yeah. Okay, we had a mixed bag there. Some like them, some didn't. But this is a decision that we make. And a lot of times that decision is not made until 4 o'clock in the morning. Why is that? Because we don't know what is definitely going to happen overnight. And we don't want to have to cancel school if we don't need to. We need to have our kids in the classrooms and our students in our schools. So at 4 in the morning, a group of us get up really early and we get on a Zoom call and we talk with our folks on the snow team who have already been out on the roads, and they give us a report of what they're seeing. And we'll talk with the National Weather Service and we'll talk with Public Works and we'll see what everyone's seeing across the district and then make the best decision that we possibly can with the information that we have at the time. Families will then receive that information through text messages, through emails, through social media accounts, and through our partners in the local media. We'll send you that information. I will tell you that when we get this information, we get it out as quickly as possible. Our number one goal is to get it to our staff and our families, and then we get it on our social media, and then we'll send it to our friends in the media. Last year, I had someone say to me, why did it take you 5 minutes to send it to the media after you had sent it to the family? Because I'm one person and I was in my basement. So let's remember that this year. We will get it to you as quickly as we possibly can. But our number one goal is to get it to our families and our staff so that they can make arrangements for the day. Again, we are so excited to be here. Our snow team is prepared and ready to go for any inclement weather that we may face. And again, our number one thing is just to remind you that great things happen in every JCPS school every single day. And these snow plows behind you are just one example of those amazing things that are taking place that our students and our staff are doing. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Carolyn, for all that important information and for being a great partner with the city on so many things with all of the good work that JCPS is doing. Now, we know it's not going to be like this every day for the next 5 months during the winter. So I'm going to introduce our final introducer of the day, and that is an amazing 3rd grader from Greenwood Elementary School, Ruby. Come on up, Ruby.
Speak louder than usual.
Okay, our friend.
Yeah, come closer and speak a little louder.
Our friend John Gordon is here from the National Weather Service Louisville office. John, what are we looking at this winter?
Great job.
That's my next press agent for my next gig. All right, folks, last year we had about 5.6 inches of snow. Our average is around 14. The month of December, we had those 4 days of misery, the cold, gelid snow and winter cold. But for the entire month, we were still normal. This year, what's going to happen? We're in El Nino. El Nino. And El Nino means a little warmer and less precipitation. The deep south is going to have a very powerful jet stream. They're going to get a lot of rain, possible severe weather. A lot of cold air, very cold. A lot of cold air up in Siberia. Some of that's going to come down once or twice between MLK Day and Valentine's Day. And if there's moisture in place, we will have, what she wants some snow. We got a snow lover back there. So we might get a little snow here and there, but below normal for most of the year. The big deal is we're trying to do impact-based weather. We don't stick to the 1-inch criteria for issuing an advisory. We put it out 8 days in advance for the cold last year, 8 days. We told everyone it's coming. You may not like it's coming, but it is coming. UPS did not like that it was coming and caused a heck of a mess. And I want to thank those drivers. Thank you. Thank you very much. Every time one of those drivers comes in, they repeat. We ask them for their temperatures on the roads. That's a big help. Keep calling in your temperature on the roads. It will help us save lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, John, and thank you to everyone who is here today with us and everyone who has colleagues that are part of this amazing snow team, this amazing partnership that helps keep Louisville safe during winter weather emergencies. So hopefully it stays like this. It sounds like from John, we might get lucky and have a little bit of below normal precipitation. Of course, we will see what it brings. So with that, thanks to the students, thanks to everyone from the snow team. We really appreciate all of your help. We'll answer a few questions, and then we'd love for everyone from the media to get to see the amazing work of these JCPS students. Are there any questions? All right, well, thank you all so much, and please take a look at these great snow plows that these great students did for all of us. Thank you all. Great job, guys.
Awesome. High fives. High fives. High fives. High fives.
Good job, guys.
Hey, high fives. Good job. High five.
Oh, okay, definitely.
Somebody.
Hey, folks, thanks for staying with me through that stream where city leaders were talking about salt and snow and the winter weather plan on the roads, and the kiddos were super cute introducing folks today. So at this press conference, we were expecting to hear from JCPS officials about the bus drivers calling out sick for today, about 143 drivers called out for today. So I'm waiting for them to address that. We were told that was going to happen at this. So I know some of you folks have been hanging around hoping to hear an update about that. So just waiting on that from city leaders. Not sure exactly when in this press conference they're supposed to do that. So hang tight with me. I'm not really sure what the plan is going to be while we're out there, but I'm keeping an eye on this stream. And I know that's something else that we're monitoring for today. A full list of the routes that were impacted is on our website, wave3.com. It's a number of them. I know many of you experienced that this morning. So it looks like the camera is there on JCPS's spokesperson, Carolyn Callahan. So I'm going to jump in on that so you all can get the very latest on the district's plan for the rest of the day.
Well, thanks, Abby.
Actually, I'm going to wait because she's getting mic'd up. So stand by. while they get ready for that.
So did you get the jacket recently, or is this one you had?
No, I've had it for.
Oh.
Yeah. It's always fun.
No, I don't really need my. I thought I would need my.
I know.
Okay, still waiting. I'm sorry. I just don't want them to be caught off guard right now. So just stand by, wait for me, wait just a few more seconds for me as they get mic'd up and ready to talk about the bus drivers calling in for today.
910 9876 54.
Okay, they're doing a mic check.
234. Everybody good?
Okay, here we go.
Sure. You want me looking at Darby? Yeah. All right. Again, Darby. Yeah. No.
Okay, they're still getting set up. I'm sorry. This is the issue with doing something live. Sometimes you have to bear with us through the setup process. And Anna, I see your message. We will have more on the snowplows later today. You'll get to see them on Wave News.
All right. Start off just telling us, how many bus drivers called in today. Give us the stats, all that.
Sure. We have more than 140 bus drivers who chose to call out today. So that means that we had to cancel more than 100 JCPS bus routes. What that means when we cancel a route is that we do not have any way to get those students to or from school today. So those information, we started putting out proactive communication last night about 45 bus routes that we knew that we could cancel last night because we had already received those call outs. The other call outs didn't come in until this morning. So some people are saying, why couldn't you just tell us last night all of the routes that were going to be canceled? There was absolutely no way to do that because when you don't know which bus driver is calling out, you don't know which route to cancel. So we had to wait until this morning when all of those came in, and then we had to push out that information to families to let them know that those routes, unfortunately, did not have a driver to cover them. I will say 75% of our drivers, more than 400 of them, are at work today. They are doing what's best for kids and safely transporting our kids to and from school today, and we so appreciate them. Bus drivers have been the heroes of this entire thing. They have been working extremely hard all school year, as they do every school year, and we are so appreciative for the more than 400 bus drivers who chose to come to work today.
How does this impact kids getting home from school? From school?
Yeah, there will also be cancellations on the way home from school as well, and there will be delays on the way home from school. This is something that is also being communicated with families. Bus drivers drive different students in the morning than they do in the afternoon. So that means that there will be students who didn't have a ride to school might have a ride home from school, but those who had a ride to school might not have a ride home because bus drivers are driving different students in the morning and the afternoon. So this impacts the entire day. These cancellations are spread throughout the district. Manual, Bick, Cochrane, Southern, Eastern, Atherton, Ballard. I could name probably every single JCPS school. Minor Daniels, Breckenridge Metro. Every single school is impacted by this. I can't give you the exact number of students right now. I don't have that. But again, we transport more than 65,000 students a day. Bus drivers are vital to what we do. And this is the first time we have ever had to cancel bus routes. Typically, we delay them. We could not absorb all of this today.
Do you have any of the bus drivers trying to pick up other routes so they are being delayed and not everyone canceled, or is it's too much, we got to cancel all?
Yeah, there are some who are picking up extra routes. I will tell you, we start every day down about 40 or so drivers every day. So that we can handle, and bus drivers are phenomenal, and they pick up those routes and they do it. This with more than 100, towards 140 bus drivers out, that is not something that we can ask our bus drivers to do. It's not even feasible to be able to say, okay, go do your routes and then pick up all of these additional routes as well. So yeah, this is the first time. I'll say other districts cancel bus routes all the time. It's just not something that JCPS has ever wanted to do because we want to bring our students to school. There is nothing more important to us than having our students safely in the classroom, but we could not do that today because of the choice of several bus drivers to call out sick.
Do we have any indication if this is going to continue?
I do not. I will say we sure hope that it does not continue. Our students need to be in school. We are in a nationwide chronic absenteeism crisis. Any day that our students are missing, is a day that takes them away from the success that they're gaining in the classroom, from the experiences that they're gaining. When students miss school, they miss warm meals. When students miss school, they miss being able to go see a school nurse for something that they need to take care of. When kids miss school, they miss educational moments and minutes, and we do not want that.
If this is an organized sick out, generally this is because of certain reasons. Are they making you aware of anything they want or anything they need?
I have seen the same rumors that you all have seen. I have seen that this is because of student discipline, and one of the sticking points was the referral process. So bus drivers know that we are changing the referral process because of those direct conversations that we have had with them. We know that routes are long. Bus drivers know that we are continuing to work on reducing those routes and making changes in the transportation system. These are not things that can be done overnight. These are not things that can be done just in this school year. This is going to take time. Bus drivers have been communicated with that from Dr. Rob Folk, who's our interim chief of operations. They have been told this by their compound coordinators as well. I will remind you too that when these bus drivers take off, more than 140 of them, their colleagues are also the ones that then have to pick up the slack and have to continue to work even harder than they already are.
What should those parents do who this morning said, great, my kid got on the bus, everything was okay, and then this afternoon realized, oh, their other bus driver is now called out, and what do I do if they can't get off work, if they can't pick their kid up?
Staff is going to be staying at the school. Staff will be calling families. Parents, this is an unfortunate situation, and parents are going to have to find a way to pick their children up from school if that is the case. Our hands are tied. If we do not have the drivers to drive the buses, we cannot transport kids.
I heard that there's a partnership with TARC if this happens. Is that true?
We've always had a partnership with TARC, in which TARC does provide, some of our schools have TARC bus passes. That is nothing new. That's something that we've always been doing.
I heard a report today from someone that there was buses from Churchill Park School that were canceled today. Is there any truth to that?
I'm sure that there are. I mean, it's basically hit almost every single school. I can't say specifically. I can look when I get back, but that would not surprise me.
How does this impact buses for students that need specific care?
We had special needs buses that had to be canceled today. Again, we do have drivers. A lot of it, we were trying to find drivers to pick up those special needs buses. And so we did have a lot who were absolutely doing that, and our early childhood buses as well. But again, if we do not have the drivers, there is nothing we can do. We cannot just make drivers appear out of thin air. So if the drivers are not here, we can't drive the buses.
Is NIT an option?
No.
When, what else do you feel like you all can do on your end to kind of meet drivers in the middle with their?
Well, our drivers make between $28 and more than $40 an hour. They get $6 attendance bonuses when they come to work. So drivers who have not come to work will not get that $6 attendance bonus. We are listening to them. We are changing the referral process. We are looking into the routes and how to fix the routes. We are having constant meetings with them and with their coordinators to talk with them and with their union about what we can help them with and how we can better make this a more enjoyable job for some of them. I will again say, this is a group of bus drivers. This is not all of our bus drivers. We have more than 400 bus drivers who are at work today and every single day because they love their kids. We were at a compound earlier today where a kid came and hugged their bus driver. These are their kids. They love their kids and they want to take them to and from school.
Can you speak at all to, in terms of general absences today? Have you been able to tell any of that?
I don't. We don't have that information. It takes us a while to be able to get that. My best advice to you is to put in open records requests for that information. I will say again, Monday was originally going to be a day off of school. So you could also look at those absences that parents might have already planned to do other things because there was going to be a 4-day weekend. We added this Monday back on because of the cancellations we had to make in the beginning of the year. I will remind you, had we canceled school today, we would have had to make this school day up. Bus drivers would have been working another day. Students would have been going to school another day. So we added back Monday so that we didn't have to go longer in the summer or have to take away one of our vacation days down the road.
What are the long-term impacts this could have on students in schools?
Well, any day a student misses school is detrimental to them. We need our students in school as much as we can have them there. Again, I remind you that we provide so many wraparound services for our students that when they miss school, they don't just miss education. They miss food. They miss health care. They miss the ability to be around people who are going to smile at them because no matter, whatever world you're living in, there are students who the only time they see a smile is when they walk into their class, is when they walk into their school. So they're missing all of that.
What does the total number of bus drivers today, not just that have been called out, but that are actively employed by JCPS look like compared to the beginning of the year? How much of this do you think is like a ripple effect from what happened?
I mean, I think I'd have to get those numbers. I think we're at like 570 now, and we were, near 600 at the beginning of the year. So, I would say, referrals are not up. Bus referrals are not up from previous years. So I will just point that out, that if one of the things that we are saying is that bus referrals are an issue, bus referrals are not up. Great, thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, you heard that press conference, or if that's what you want to call it, just JCPS addressing the 143 school bus drivers who called out for today and how the district is handling it. More than likely, your kids are going to be late today from this impact. They're hoping that they won't have this number call out for tomorrow and moving forward. You probably heard Sean Bowdy asking a question or two at that press conference. He's going to have much more coming up for us later here on Wave News at 3, 4, 5, and 6. Thanks so much for joining me here on Wave Now. I'm Myra Ansari. Have a great day.